with Senator Terry. I'll check that for you coming up. Do not go away. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Jeff Baugh.
California's become a very scary place. Criminals have more rights than victims. Violent predators are let out of prison early. Police are under attack. And in L.A., George Gascon rules as king. As district attorney, Gascon repeatedly put violent criminals' rights above our family. What he calls criminal justice reform is really criminal destruction of our neighborhoods.
A stunning rebuke of L.A. County District Attorney George Gascon. L.A. County prosecutors overwhelmingly support the recall.
I'm Nathan Hochman. It's no wonder over 800 deputy district attorneys in more than 30 cities want Gascon removed from office. Gascon's policies endanger public safety and put our families at risk. As Attorney General, I will stop Gascon's reckless policies. My job will be to help make our neighborhoods safer. Nothing will ever be more important than that.
Nathan Hochman, an Attorney General who will keep us safe.
Paid for by Nathan Hochman for Attorney General 2022.
Are you looking for a way to beat rising prices this Memorial Day? Stop by your local grocery outlet for huge savings. Get the grill going with a healthy alternative. Impossible Burgers. 6-count packages of burger patties are just $9.99.
You ever had a low tire pressure warning light come on in your car? This is Leland Smith, owner of Service Champions Plumbing, Heating, and AC, with another good deed for free. Our technician Kevin was just finishing up a service car in a customer's garage, and she pointed at her car and said, "Hey, heard on the radio y'all do good deeds for free. Do you know how to pump air into tires?" Before he could say yes, she pulled out her keys and got in the car. Kevin hopped in the passenger seat, and they were off to find a gas station. On the way, she explained that her nephew normally handles things like that. He had recently moved out. At the station, Kevin carefully filled each tire to the manufacturer's recommendations, and that was that. Tires full, warning light off. Thanks, Kevin. That was a small good deed that made a big difference for our customer. Service Champions, plumbing, heating, AC, and good deeds for free.
Service Champions, plumbing, heating, AC, and good deeds for free.
Hey everyone, Mario Lopez here. I am a native Southern Cali boy, so I know a little bit about hot temperatures and drought, unfortunately. But now that we're in our third consecutive year of it, Lopez Fam Bam is stepping up to make water saving a way of life. We even made it fun planting water smart plants with our kids and adjusting our sprinklers so we only water where needed. Has totally changed our yard game, and we're doing other things too, and so can you. Visit SaveOurWater.com to get more tips, and let's save California's water together.
At Cedars-Sinai, our commitment to excellence defines everything we do. That's why we're ranked #1 in California for orthopedics by U.S. News and World Report. That means the best care for your chronic joint pain, specialized treatments for your complex fractures, and the best orthopedic specialist for your hip replacement. And with many locations throughout Southern California, from the Valley to the OC, the orthopedic care you need is close by. Call 1-800-CEDARS-1 to learn more. Cedars-Sinai, we're right here.
On abortion and guns, the leading candidates for California Attorney General are very different. Eric Early is a conservative Republican, pro-Trump, pro-guns, and pro-life. Democrat Rob Bonta is fighting the NRA and supports abortion rights. If you care about Roe versus Wade, remember to vote early before the June 7th election for Attorney General. Ad paid for by Communities for Justice supporting Rob Bonta for Attorney General 2022. Committee major funding from California Correctional Peace Officers Association. Not authorized by a candidate or committee controlled by a candidate.
Superwoman, super lawyer, superwoman, superlawyer.com.
For official rules and more information about contests on this station, go to KFIAM640.com/rules. KFI AM 640, the news, what it means, why it matters.
KFI AM 640, Bill Handel. It is a Friday morning, May 27th, as we continue Handel on the news with Jennifer and Randy.
All right, a California parole panel has recommended the release of Patricia Krenwinkel. Of course, she's one of the Charles Manson followers and one of the ones who was convicted for the murder of pregnant actress Sharon Tate at the time and 4 other people in 1969. She helped kill Grosser, the LaBianca family, both of the husband and wife in that one. And new laws since Krenwinkel was last denied parole in 2017 make it so that the parole panel has to consider she committed the murders at a young age and now is an elderly prisoner. Even though parole has been recommended, what do you guys think the chances are of her actually getting it?
You don't know on this one.
It's been recommended before, not a
Yeah.
lot, but there have been previous recommendations for some of these Manson followers, and no governor has let it happen.
No,
And I don't
the
know why Newsom particularly, doesn't he want to be reelected?
Yeah, the politics of saying no, it hurts less to say no than to say yes, politically. And one of and I understand the argument is the crime was so heinous, she should not be granted parole. I understand that argument. The one I don't understand is she's still a danger to society in her mid-70s. That one I don't understand. You know, all these people that are elderly, but in jail for decades and decades, still a danger to society. Where do they get that? I don't.
They have to say it because that's the criteria. So they have to say those words, but I don't think they ever lay out clinically. Here's what we know about her that makes her still a danger.
Yeah,
it's just lip service.
Yeah, and every one of them, they all found Jesus. They all got higher education. They all are counselors to other prisoners. They're all mentors. They're
Model prisoners.
Absolutely. And I guess you have to do that for the possibility. You can't act out in prison because that comes out immediately. But maybe she gets off. But her crime was pretty heinous. She's the one that wrote "Helter Skelter" on the wall in blood. I think it was whose blood? Was it at the Bianca house where the Helter Skelter was written? I don't remember. But in any case, let's go ahead and move on.
Amber Heard told the jury she's been humiliated and wants Johnny Depp to just leave her alone. She's the final witness in the 6-week libel trial.
Yeah, here's the question. Who's more humiliated, Johnny Depp or Amber Heard, for being in that courtroom?
Who's more humiliated?
Yeah, they're both being humiliated by this trial.
Johnny Depp is coming out of it, I think, pretty well in terms of the public's view of him. Because the worst thing I hear anybody saying is, oh, he does seem to be a little bit of an odd guy, which is not really even a new opinion.
No, he's always had a reputation for that.
The couple next to me at the Quakes game last night loudly were discussing the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial. And I just thought, oh my God, we're at a baseball game. Somehow it came up between them, but both of them, just random people, were both Team Johnny on this one.
There's a
Really
reason.
strange.
There's a reason beyond the circus of it and the fact that it's a celebrity situation that everybody's into it. Because there is something very real at the heart of it, which is nobody wants to be accused of terrible stuff they didn't do.
That's the point.
And because the way the trial's going, it seems to be looking like he was accused of terrible things he didn't do. And I think, and so you may not be a celebrity, but you can relate to that fear.
Yeah, and for the first time, we're getting some sense of who he is, because he's one of those major stars who was not a public figure. He did not go out there. He didn't make appearances. He was very private and a major A-list star, clearly. And so you got the salaciousness, you got these crazy-ass accusations, and I can see that, big time. I mean, I wouldn't pay attention. I look at, picture, there he is, ponytail and the tattoos. I pay attention to that, and the earrings and, all of that,
All right, it was about 2 weeks ago that we reported on the story of Andy Dick being arrested on suspicion of sexual battery after a man reported a possible sexual assault on a campground in Orange County. Well, now it looks like the investigation now is he's not going to be charged in this alleged sexual battery case. And why? They say because the victim is being uncooperative.
There we go. Do we have the microphone going now? Yeah, a little bit of a glitch here.
But anyway, yeah, he will not be. The victim or the alleged victim is being uncooperative.
All right. You know what? Let's figure out what's going on. Is everybody hearing this echo, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, something's going on. So, tell you what, Jennifer, get out of the bathroom. It's echoing.
All right, fine.
Yeah, what just happened? Go ahead.
Okay, there we go. Did that help?
Yeah, that did it.
It's weird. I didn't touch my phone, but for whatever reason, it unmuted itself.
Yep.
So, but they say that the case is deactivated unless the man decides to go forward. Is that common, Wayne? To deactivate?
I've never heard it, but it's not common, but it's what they have to say because they're not closing the case and they're not concluding that nothing happened.
Yeah, I've
They're
never
saying
heard.
we can't do anymore because the victim won't help us.
No, I understand
The
that.
alleged victim. So it allows them to keep it open on the books. If he changes his mind, they can reopen it.
The OJ trial, that's still an open case. But I've never heard the word deactivated.
I hadn't either.
That's the first time I've heard that. And I've been, commenting wrongly on the law for decades. Jennifer, let's go to you live in the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
Guns are banned for former President Trump's speech today at the NRA's convention. Those entering the area will be searched for other weapons, ammo, and pepper spray. The CDC has identified 9 cases in 7 states of monkeypox. The first was in Massachusetts. Workers who were directly in contact with that patient now have been vaccinated. And this is the Need for Speed weekend for movie fans of Top Gun. The sequel hits the big screen today. It's expected to make $180 million worldwide. That could give Tom Cruise the best box office opening of his career and possibly even set a record. We'll get a look at your drive with VKFI in the sky in just a moment.
I was talking to a friend in Las Vegas yesterday. Property prices are down 17% there. I got to tell you, the values are softening, and if you're looking to sell your house, you may jump on it right now. Now, you can hire a broker who's going to charge 6%, and then you get to paint and clean and repair, and buyers walk through your house. You can't be there. Or you can hire or deal with directbuyers.com, and they will give you a fair price without you cleaning, painting, repairing. And you don't have to have buyers walk through. And they'll give you cash within 10 days or less. I mean, this goes quick. directbuyers.com. They'll give you an honest, no-obligation offer, even a $15,000 cash advance before closing, and they will never lowball you. A lot of lowballs in this industry, not a chance with directbuyers.com. directbuyers.com, call 844-242-SELL, 844-242-SELL. Visit directbuyers.com.
SoCal weather from the driveway.com weather center. Looks like it's going to be a little bit cooler today. Temperatures are just going to be in the 60s at the beaches to the low to mid 80s inland. This report is brought to you by Whole Foods Market. From the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center, let's go places and follow up now with Jeff Baugh on the 10.
You betcha. Boy, I hope I got your attention by the time around 2. Driving through Fontana now. This is West End Surrey before the 15th. The problem's gone, so you can relax a little bit. Yes, it's a little slow approaching, but you should be okay. Now, I bite my tongue saying this, but right now, believe it or not, it's a good drive all the way to the 710. Enjoy it while you can. Head to Burbank now, around St. Joe's or Disney, westbound 134 Buena Vista, sheet metal in the middle of the freeway. That's not a good thing, so be careful. And the LAX drive might have gotten a little complicated. I'll follow up on this one for you, but West 105, around 710 or Long Beach Boulevard, some sandbags, and a lot of them in the carpool lane, so watch for a little erratic driving. Again, more coming up. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Jeff Baugh.
At Whole Foods Market, enjoy animal welfare certified beef and chicken kebabs and top sirloin steak for $6.99 a pound through May 31st, while supplies last. Plus, Prime members save an extra 10%. Learn more on the Whole Foods Market app.
Sponsored by Allstate. Saving money feels pretty good. Allstate. Better protection costs a whole lot less. Visit allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
As parents, we've done everything possible to protect our kids from COVID-19, from using hand sanitizers to masking up. But now we have the most important tool, vaccines. They help protect our children and the entire family. And it's okay to have questions. Ask your doctor about the COVID-19 vaccine for your child, or visit vaccinateall58.com to learn more and find a vaccine near you. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call.
having 38,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers, believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
I never thought I'd be scared for my family and our two daughters' future. Crime has skyrocketed in Los Angeles under radical DA George Gascon. I'm thankful that we live in Orange County, but I worry every day that those politicians will come here to turn OC into LA. Our only hope is District Attorney Todd Spitzer. He's been fighting for Orange County Station for over 30 years as a police officer, teacher, assembly member, county supervisor, and now as our DA. Crime is rising, and the defund police movement is sweeping over California, but not in Orange County. Under Spitzer, OC is the safest major county in the state because Spitzer puts violent criminals behind bars, prosecutes sexual predators, and invests in crime prevention programs. My daughters, husband, and I are safe in Orange County with Todd Spitzer as DA. He'll never let us down and always puts our safety first. Please vote to re-elect District Attorney Todd Spitzer for my family and yours.
This ad is paid for by Todd Spitzer for District Attorney 2022.
Intuit is helping students go from classrooms to careers. Right here in LA, Intuit's job readiness program empowers students with real-world financial literacy and entrepreneurial skills. Learn how Intuit is helping students in LA at intuit.com/job readiness.
A clean energy future. This is not the stuff of legends. This is the stuff of everyday Southern Californians. Because thanks to programs and rebates from SCE, we all have the power to create a clean energy California. Visit SCE.com/clean energy to learn more.
Hey, all, it's Gene Sharp. Albert Home has been the unrivaled master of lifelike silk flowers and home accessories for more than 60 years. But did you also know that Albert carries the finest in outdoor patio furniture? It's summer classic, and it's so good, Albert doesn't even want you to buy it. Just come down and take it for a test drive or a test fit. Then go anywhere else and compare. Albert knows you'll be back. Find Albert on Sepulveda in Van Nuys and on the web at alberthome.com. That's ALDIK home.com.
There you go. Mimosas are finally on the menu at IHOP.
Oh, yeah.
Are you a mimosa girl?
The bottomless mimosa brunch. My favorite.
Oh,
the bottomless parts tea, right? Bottomless
yeah.
tea.
It's usually with crap champagne at that point, but what does it matter? The Fork Report with Neil Saavedra.
Tomorrow afternoon at 2.
On KFI AM 640.
More stimulating talk.
KFI AM 640. Bill Handel here on a Friday morning, May 27th. Hey, today Gary and Shannon are live at Bravery Brewing in Lancaster from 10 to 2 p.m. News and Brews. And they'll be unveiling the beer that they brewed. So join them for beer, pizza, balloon animals. Nothing more exciting than balloon animals. Petting zoos, where you will, I guarantee you, a petting zoo where you will get some disease, cornhole, and a lot more. That's today, Bravery Brewing in Lancaster.
It's a testament to you and the history of youth on this radio station that I'm not 100% convinced that everything you mentioned is actually on that piece of paper you're reading from.
Well, it's close. You're right. I do ad-lib a little bit. Listen, I don't want somebody showing up expecting cornhole and not getting it. Yeah, or expecting some kind of animal disease, right, hook and mouth or whatever the hell it is, and not getting it. All right, let's move on. Hey, Britney Spears and her lawyers would like to know a little more about how her estranged father handled her conservatorship, particularly the financial aspects of it. And they now say he's avoiding depositions about it, which one way to look at it is he doesn't want to answer any questions about how much money he took. Another way to look at it is he's a very busy man and he just doesn't have time for this. Oh, yeah. Exactly. He'll be in a deposition. I mean, there is no question. The court is going to mandate it. And they'll haul him in at some point. And because he won't do this, I am guessing when you have that kind of control and you are not a court officer and you don't, well, he may have had a fiduciary duty. I don't think he's a fiduciary. There's too much, I'm not saying he did anything wrong, but there's too much opportunity to do something wrong when you control an estate of that
size, and it really isn't much oversight.
All right, bizarre story. It's this Marine from Orange County who's been arrested and faces federal charges now for apparently creating hundreds of Twitter accounts that he allegedly used to stalk this professional video game player who lives in Calgary, Canada. So this guy, Evan Baltiera, was arrested on Monday by FBI agents at his house in Trabuco Canyon. And he apparently harassed this woman who was a professional player of Warcraft. And what he would do is he would make up all of these different Twitter accounts. He was trying to get in touch with her. When she started blocking him, he started, harassing her, and she blocked him. Then he started harassing her boyfriend, her friends, her boyfriend's family. And apparently some of the harassment, including threats against the victim and her boyfriend, were even posted on Twitter and all over the messaging system in World of Warcraft. So a lot of people apparently were able to see it. And that's where we now have the victim says she's not going to file a restraining order and has agreed to terms, including $2,000, with the guy paying her $2,000 through her attorney and not contacting her family, or friends. It's just weird.
Weird story. Hey, there's a guy named John Walker. He owns a company called Hanson Helicopters, and he really wanted the FAA to give him safety airworthiness certificate. So, instead of just meticulously making sure that all these helicopters were, in fact, as safe and airworthy as required, he bribed the safety inspector. How do we know all of this? Well, because John D. Walker is on trial for all kinds of bribery and fraud, and the latest witness in that trial, a guy named Timothy Sislo, a former FAA Honolulu aviation safety inspector who testified that he took bribes, including dinners, money, I've heard of it, an airplane, he got an airplane,
pretty good,
hookers, and shirts.
Well, we give away shirts, but we stopped that. Now, this is an interesting company. It's a company that leases these helicopters out for $40,000 a month, I might add, to offshore companies to use as tuna boat-based spotting aircraft that they fly up there and spot these schools of tuna. And, a lot of them have fallen into the water because, look what they did. It's completely crazy. Fake plates, unapproved parts, falsified logbooks, grabbing parts from cannibalized helicopters. I'll tell you one thing, the tuna are happy with this. Okay.
I go back to what Wayne said, though, the shirts part. Somebody gave him an airplane, somebody else gave him shirts.
Well, yeah, but the airplane is this antique small plane.
Right, but still.
That he put together, which I'm sure has cannibalized parts.
Yeah, that's true. But the shirt,
yeah, well, you never know.
All right, in 1972, Alan White joined the band Yes. He replaced the original drummer, Bill Bruford. In this, though, if you kind of think about Alan White, I think of him as the drummer from Yes. He has died at the age of 72 at his home in Seattle, and he had a brief illness. I remember reading this just like a week ago, that in the upcoming tour in the UK for the band Yes, that he was not going to take part in it because of some health issues, and so whatever this was now has taken his life. Again, he was 72.
Yeah, another death.
Well, one of the founding members of Depeche Mode, Andy Fletcher, has passed away. He was only 60.
Yeah, and we don't know the cause of death yet. But that's way too young. Yeah, 72 is way too young. As we get a little bit older, when we were teenagers, 70, 60, they're all old people, the old people die. It's not so much anymore. Now we're looking with people younger than you dying, it's a little bit more problematic, isn't it? So anyway, it's 60, again, way too young.
Do you guys want to end on, let's see, a more fun... Oh, can we do the Joshua Tree story? Because we were talking about this one last night.
Oh, well, this is asinine. Stealing Joshua trees is, of course, a crime, as it should be, and the San Bernardino County Board of Supervisors approved increasing the fines for stealing these trees It used to be a $1,000 fine. Now they've bumped it up to $5,000 for the first tree you steal, well, conviction, $10,000 for the second, $20,000 for third. If it's important, why can't these fines be $500,000?
Yeah, more.
It's so weird sometimes when they go, oh, we're going to address this terrible problem. We're going to raise the fine from 1,000 to 5,000. That'll solve it.
Yeah, in the meantime, you buy a DVD of a movie and you give it to a friend. That's $250,000 plus 5 years in jail.
That's because the feds have alternative fines for every offense that you can't get out with a small fine. Here's what the penalty should be. If you, the penalty is you should be forced to eat it.
Yeah. Well, sure. Why not? Coming up, Jim Ryan on the latest update of the Uvalde school shooting. And so we've got lots to cover today. This is KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Raise a red cup to the troops. From the comfort of your own backyard. KFI AM 640. More stimulating talk.